Movie Night with JL Media is back in Hamilton Town Center. Hi, guys. We're getting waves at as we walk by. The crowd is full here. Miss Mandy.
I'm
No,
here.
we're special taters.
We are back.
Oh,
We-
the
accountant!
We are.
They are happy here.
They are. I think you've got a bunch of fans. I mean, you've got a whole fan club now.
Did you see her looking at me when she was waving?
You know what?
As
I
soon
think
as I said something, she jumped up and started waving at me. Scared me.
she was, you know why?
People do that for
Because-
winners, Johnny.
Nah, I
Yeah,
think that's
she
what it is.
heard that you just got first place in Nuvo's Best of Indie Radio Personality
That's
category.
You're number one.
Dude, I love
It's really
you
cool
guys.
you
Thank
wore that ribbon there, too. Tonight.
right.
I didn't know
really,
you saw that.
Really nice.
You've always been number one in my heart, Johnny.
He
but
couldn't
now
Couldn't
the
win
rest of
Pinewood
the city
Derby
knows.
ever, but he got #1 radio personality, so that's good.
Actually, that's a big honor because he was up against some heavy hitters
Yes, he was.
Yes,
this
he
year.
was.
Now, there were, I think, 4 different mainstream radio station personalities on there.
I'll say I saw what #2 was. There's no con. That must have been a drop-off after #1.
Actually, you can say whatever you want to say, brother. Go ahead. I know
All
what
right.
you want to say. That's fine, because I lost to him last year. So
Yeah.
Solid number
Did you have
2.
some Jenna,
That's
Did they
what
have
I
something
heard.
on you, Johnny?
no,
Okay.
no, not at all. Not at all. Anyway, the voices you hear, Miss Mandy,
Yeah.
are Mr. Brian Peters, Colt Cinema.
Can you
Who?
say my name
Did I say
right,
Brian?
please?
You
Oh,
said
wait a minute.
Brian.
It was Rick that was calling him Ryan earlier. Was that
Yeah.
what it was?
It was.
And I
It
forgot
was.
his name.
Hi, Johnny.
Brandon Peters. I hope Cullen did not hear that. Mr.
I hope
Brandon
Colin
Peters
did.
of Colt Cinema Cavalcade. Brother, thank you for filling in on short notice tonight.
No problem.
Now that I know your name. And of course, friends of the show and personal friends of ours, Mr. Rick and Holly Garrett. Mr. Rick and Holly.
We are so glad to be here.
Hello, Johnny Lyles.
I have, full disclosure, I was at the Antelope Club for a few hours this afternoon downtown Indianapolis.
Now we know the truth.
And they have old style, so you know how my days go.
Yes, I saw your car parked across 3 spots out there, Johnny. So I figured something was up.
They are in the handicap spot, so it is in the right one.
Billy Joel was right when he said the microphone smells like a beer
That's right.
Absolutely.
tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, we're glad.
Again, Rick and Holly are the duo Patchwork. They're both musicians.
We are.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I was going to see where you want to go with that. Yeah.
We are. Holly is a amazing fiddle player and vocalist. And I'm an adequate guitar player and vocalist.
Adequate.
Adequate.
Okay.
But man, can he play a hammer dulcimer?
Okay.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
That we do know about you. Also, Rick is a comedian.
I am.
Since we're talking about Nuvo, let's talk about the best of indie in the comedian category. Mr. Rick Garrett got 3rd.
I did get 3rd.
This is your first nomination as well.
This was my very first nomination. I actually
Very
was
nice.
was surprised even to be nominated with all the stellar comedians in Central Indiana, but lost out to Jason Adams, who's a very funny actor and comedian, and Colts punter Pat McAfee beat me out by an extra point. I think that's how that worked.
I got you there. I got you. The point after. All right. I guess, do people know you and the blog that you do, or is that pretty much incognito?
You know, it started out incognito, but a lot of folks have come to know me actually by sight, which is kind of interesting. But I write a blog called The Tenderloin Connoisseur. I fell in love with breaded tenderloin sandwiches long, long ago, and was having dinner with my beautiful wife, who is sitting here to my right, and was describing in detail a sandwich I was having. She said, "You should write a blog about these." So I started that about 4 or 5 years ago. And gosh, it's got me some amazing stuff. USA Today flew a writer in to spend a day with me sampling tenderloins. Chicago Tribune did the same thing. Got featured in the Los Angeles Times, Men's Health magazine, Men's Journal, all kinds of good stuff.
So Men's Health was talking about our breaded tenderloin.
They were. Actually, that was the, they were doing it was the year of the Super Bowl, and they were doing an issue about Indianapolis local things, and they picked the breaded tenderloin as the one food that kind of identified with our city.
Oh, wow. That's very cool. I guess that's how people know us.
It is.
At least it's not corn anymore.
That's right. There's more than corn in Indiana.
We're known for the tenderloin.
Honest to goodness.
Movie Night with JO Media is live once again. Hamilton 16 IMAX. The beautiful Hamilton Town Center in Noblesville, Indiana is where we are. The accountant, Mandy.
So excited about this movie.
Now, you are a Ben Affleck fan.
I'm
Listeners of the show
huge.
know this.
They do because we talk about it all the time.
No, you talk about it all
I
the time.
do. Just that one scene in Batman versus Superman.
You see, again, Brandon, I don't even know the things she's talking about. I may have
The
blinked.
CrossFit scene where he's
Oh,
like just
yes.
like doing ridiculous workouts before he's going to go fight
5
Superman.
minutes. 5 minutes of Ben Affleck with his shirt off working out. It was amazing.
He got buff for that movie. He had to show it off.
Yeah.
He got real buff for that movie.
CGI is what I'm
I mean, he was
thinking.
in Gone Girl. Well, he did that after, and he's in that like, T-shirt like, oh, I think I'm gonna rip this if I move.
What do you know about The Accountant, Brandon? Brandon, our resident movie guy.
Well, it's a film that in 2011, like 5 years ago, was one of the like most popular unproduced scripts of the year. So it's now 2016 and it's been produced, but it's directed by Gavin O'Connor, who did Miracle, Warrior, and then one of the most boring westerns I've ever sat through, Jane Got a Gun, with Natalie Portman. I'm a big Natalie Portman fan, and I got through it.
At
but
least you sat through it.
man, and that was a popular script and project going around Hollywood for a long time that took forever to get made, and then it got made, and just
Right?
yeah. But
see, Ben
so he
Affleck-
doesn't really have much like director-wise. It's not like this is like an Affleck film.
Well, you see Affleck as the accountant, and I mean, it doesn't look like an action thriller.
But I mean, if you write Ben Affleck and the accountant next to each other, no.
Well, I mean, if you look at half the poster behind you, except for the.
he's holding a sniper rifle.
Well, yeah,
I think
that's the wrong half. Look at the other half.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like an action film. It doesn't look like a
Doesn't?
thriller.
Does the gun trump the spreadsheet? I think it does.
The spreadsheet's just over the top, and it's got
Okay, now
names.
again, this poster is newer to when it first come out. When I heard we were doing The Accountant, what was out and what was online is not what we're seeing now. And I'm like, okay, I thought it was a romantic comedy. I'll be very honest with you.
Well, they kind of
Romantic
Stop.
comedy?
It was a
Stop.
romantic
For
comedy.
real? Has Ben Affleck ever made a romantic
Stop.
comedy?
Again, I'm not an Affleck guy. You know this about me, Brandon.
Anna Kendrick was in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Was that the trailer you kept seeing?
It may be.
Might have been.
And then you were like, oh, okay. And then it looked like
Maybe. Once again, shout out to the Antelope Club, downtown Indianapolis. Brad, we love you, dog.
Absolutely.
It looked like at first. I mean, they teased it out. It looked like some little thriller with a guy with maybe some autistic personality,
Right.
something like that. But then the more they showed, it was very much action based or just
Well,
crime thriller. Maybe more crime thriller action.
Well,
than-
once you see the trailer, you realize what's going on, and it's got a great storyline. But up until then, nope, wasn't sure.
Sure.
He probably thought it was a musical like Pitch Perfect.
See, now that
Who
one
knows?
I know, and that's the perfect
movie
title
he
for that
knows.
movie. So yeah.
But if you notice this one too, we were talking about Batman. It's got J.K. Simmons in there, so this is your first taste of Batman and Commissioner Gordon together.
oh
Yes.
yes, and the new one.
Because in Justice League we'll get J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon.
That's going to be very cool. Again, Affleck is the new Batman, and I guess the jury is not out anymore. But fans have their favorite.
They like Affleck. I mean, as much as disdain as was drawn from the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, I'll say the whole title, fine. He was one of the bright spots for it. He got a lot of praise for that movie. So, I mean, while people were tearing it apart, they were still going, but Affleck, the one thing we complained about beforehand without seeing anything, he was great. But
That was great.
So, Brandon, do you prefer a little darker Batman or the more lighthearted, kind of like the 60s TV show Batman?
I like Batman. So I grew up on the 60s, reruns of the 60s television show. I really like that. But I talk about like big moments and like making me a bigger movie fan and love for film and all that. And Tim Burton's Batman was a huge experience in my life because I was like, I think it was like kindergarten, I think it was like first grade, and my mom took me to see it, and like no kids got to go see PG-13s at our age, but I went and saw it, and it was huge spectacle on the big screen and just changed me forever. I'm like, that was an amazing. Like, I didn't get Star Wars because I wasn't born in '77 yet, but that one really took me over the edge with the Jack Nicholson scared the crap out of me, the Batwing flying into the moon. I just loved everything about that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time because it was so impactful for me on that. So that one, while the Nolan films are technically probably better. My favorite's always going to be the Burton original because of what it meant to me personally.
You kind of lost me at I wasn't born in
I
77.
wasn't born in 77.
Yes,
Me neither, Brandon. Me
I
neither.
wasn't born in 77. I was born in 82, which was one of the coolest summers of movies of all time. So I think there's probably a link to that. I don't know.
What about you? You a big Batman fan?
Me?
Yeah.
I like Batman. He's not my favorite superhero. I'm a Fantastic Four guy. I love the
Okay.
Marvel stuff.
Sorry about last summer.
Yeah, that was a little tough, but not a huge. I mean, I like Batman, but not. I'm more of a Marvel guy than a DC universe guy.
All right, so what's coming out Marvel-wise next year? We got something coming
We
out
got
right now.
next month.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right, Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Very much looking forward to that.
Which we will be here.
You know, I actually here at Hamilton 16 IMAX, where we are right now.
Nice.
There was a lady that came through earlier, and I meant to talk to you about this. She is involved in these advanced screening groups, and she also does security to walk around and make sure nobody's, filming the movie while it's airing. She is interested in getting us involved in the advanced screening stuff. So
Very cool.
Awesome.
I'm looking at some giveaways for advanced screening passes from JL Media next year is what I'm thinking about. Of course, it's all going to be housed right around Hamilton 16 IMAX, where we do JL Media movie night.
And
Maybe
my gosh,
maybe we should just conclude that. We're talking about next year, Johnny.
All right, good night, everybody.
See you in January. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, Miss Mandy.
We are confirmed. We are coming back in 2017 for movie night with JL Media. We just firmed that up, and we're going to be back. So
Absolutely.
all our fans out there, been
Our-
a huge support this year, and we've been asked to come back.
Our buddy, the general manager here, Mitch, is out of town. We miss him tonight. We're going to have
Yes.
Steve join us in just a minute, but we will be back here in 2017 with a couple of sponsors.
Yeah, we
So-
have. Yeah, should we announce it? We're
Go
excited.
right ahead. Go
For
right
those
ahead.
that tuned into our last show, the executive director for Habitat for Humanity of Hamilton County was a guest, and I'm excited because they are now an official sponsor of Movie Night with JL Media. So we'll be hearing a lot about what's going on with Habitat up here in Hamilton County. Very excited for that.
It's going
I
to
love
be a
that.
great
That's
year.
awesome.
They
Yes.
Hamilton 16 IMAX doubled down on us. We are going to be back not for one movie a month.
2 movies a month. We're going to be here 2 Fridays a month, bringing movies, talking about movies, the whole 9 yards.
Well,
Super excited
and
about
can't
this.
wait to see how exciting the year is going to be because Mitch knows he can pull us in for a movie now and then when we're not
that's
scheduled.
awesome.
Yeah,
And
we
if you-
love it here.
And if you've not been up here, this is a fantastic facility. It's light and airy and huge. The staff is super friendly and helpful. So come up and
Right.
catch a movie. It's a great
The
facility.
seats are very comfortable.
We have Zach working the bar tonight. We do have a bar here. Did you see this, Rick?
Say what?
There is a
Beer
bar.
and wine back here.
As a member of Indie Drinking Dead, I am very curious about this. That's fantastic.
Mitch knew me before we came up here, so he put us on the other side of the lobby from the bar, but we are here.
There is one. He
That's
has to
awesome.
walk across the way or send me to go get it for him.
They hide it behind the stairs over there, so I can't see it, and I'm not tempted. But I see Zach is very busy over there, and we've got a great crowd tonight.
Absolutely. Great crowd out to see The Accountant tonight and all the other fine movies that are showing.
Absolutely. I really got lost in the movies that are out. I want to actually see 4 different ones tonight. I know that's not possible. Patchwork is the name of the band.
It is.
Tell me about Patchwork.
Holly, do you want to tell us a little bit about Patchwork?
Well, Patchwork is Rick Garrett and Holly Garrett. That is us. And we play a variety of acoustic music. Our tagline is acoustic music for everyone. So we play a lot of old-time country and a little bit of Celtic and Irish, 60s and 70s rock, folk music, just whatever strikes us, and some surprises along the way, too. We've been playing music for, about 8 years now, and have traveled all over the Midwest, down Route 66. We've done a tour out there, and some other fun places over the years. And we just love connecting with people and bringing people together through music. It's a lot of fun.
Perfect. We're going to find out a little bit more about that in a minute. Right now, we have Steven joining us, one of the managers here at Hamilton 16 IMAX. How you doing, brother?
Good evening. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Dude, you're busy again.
I am. I'm
Mi-
always busy.
Mitch knew it was going to be a busy night, didn't he?
Yeah, we're doing all right, though. It's good. I love busy.
Okay, what have we got going on here at Hamilton 16?
Okay, well, tonight, obviously, we have The Accountant coming out.
Right.
We have the Kevin Hart movie. His new comedy special came out. And we're excited about that.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I love Kevin Hart.
Oh, isn't he funny? Yeah, I get a kick out of him.
Well, you came over here with a full clipboard,
I am
is
prepared. I didn't want to go off the top of my head. I'm terrible at that.
I understand.
So, first thing we have tonight is IMAX Harry Potter. Everybody's
Let's
a Harry Potter
talk
fan.
about
Yeah,
this.
right.
Nice.
So we have all the Harry Potter movies that have come out, and they're all playing the IMAX. It is $9 for a ticket. That's for anybody who wants to see a movie at any time.
Uh-huh.
$9. So that
Wow.
for IMAX film,
Yes,
40%
that is
off.
huge.
That's
That is
40%.
huge. Now, is it in a marathon or the movie's just
Okay.
scheduled to play?
Well, we have both. So we
Oh.
have it scheduled to play. Right now we're playing Order of the Phoenix. After that, we'll play Half-Blood Prince. On Tuesday, if you want to, if you can, if anybody's up for the Harry Potter Gauntlet that we have thrown down,
Aha.
that is 6:15 a.m. on
Holy
Tuesday
cow.
morning. Yeah, exactly. So you
Nice.
get your coffee and you start watching Sorcerer's Stone, and we go through all 8 movies. The last movie, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, will play at 4:35 a.m. on Wednesday morning.
Holy cow.
Wow.
So that's pretty exciting, and that's going to go all the way until Thursday. The last one we play is Deathly Hallows Part 2 at 4 o'clock on Thursday, and then it also has a I guess a teaser reel, something to show you about the new, not Harry Potter movie, which is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So we're excited about that one coming out soon. We just put tickets on sale yesterday for it.
I know Brandon's excited about that as well.
I am, yeah. It's going to be
Absol-
5 of those things.
Absolutely. Now, the
Is
marathon
that the plan? 5 of them?
Five
We'll take 'em.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and they're actually calling it a prequel now, rather than just an offshoot side story, which means, there'd be like character relations and stuff. And I think, you get 5 of them, and they're going to come out every 2 years. By the time those end, it's time for The Cursed Child to be adapted into a film with age-appropriate actors. So Harry Potter will not go away.
That's fine. We'll take it. I'll take 10 more years of Harry Potter. We can do
So
that.
that's what I think. They haven't said anything about Cursed Child, but they're going to do it, and they're going to bring back Radcliffe and Emma Watson when they're age appropriate for
Right.
the roles, and they're going to make
Okay,
that.
I can take that.
So
Nice.
the marathon is running Tuesday, or are we running Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
Okay, so we have Harry Potter in the IMAX. Any given Harry Potter, we have it all day long,
Right.
every day until Thursday until 4, and then we're gonna play the new Jack Reacher movie, the new Tom Cruise movie. So
Right.
that'll take back over. But for now, it's all the Wizarding World, and then that Tuesday, the 6:15 a.m. that starts off all 8 movies all in a row. Until then, it's all Harry Potter. So that's what's in our IMAX. We still have our morning movies. We've got 3 more weeks of that. We're playing Kung Fu Panda this morning at 10 a.m. Next week is Secret Life of Pets. Then it's Hotel Transylvania for Halloween.
Nice.
So
Right.
that'll be 10:28, 10:30 through 10:30. And then we end it with Minions, and that'll be on November 4th and the 6th. So you can watch Minions in the morning and go see Doctor Strange after that.
And we're definitely going to see Doctor Strange. That's one of our movies. 6:30, 4:30 in the morning, these movies are playing. What time does the bar open? What are the bar hours? I need to know this.
Johnny wants some AM ale.
I'm
That's
trying
what
to
he
plan
wants.
ahead here. That's all I'm doing.
No, you know what? I'd have to check the rules on that. I don't want to say anything to get me in trouble.
When
Yeah.
can you buy it at the grocery, Johnny?
Exactly. Yes.
When the doors are open, right? Except you can't
Well,
buy it on
they're all like
Sunday.
24 hours, so
Yeah,
the doors
exactly.
are always open.
That's what I'm
they
saying.
cut off at some point.
Do you know
Actually,
why?
actually, in Indiana, it's 7 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Monday through
There
Saturday.
we go.
7 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Okay.
I was going to say I'd have to check my.
Don't ask me how I know this.
I'd have to check my law book before I told you exactly when we'll sell you.
Okay. I was going to say buy it 24 hours a day. God is good, but
Nope, 7
JL
a.m. to
Media
3
today
a.m.
letting you know when you can buy alcohol in Indiana at all the hours.
it's a learning experience with here. It's
It
a
is,
learning
it
experience.
is.
That's what it is. That's very cool.
We're here to educate the people.
Absolutely.
Let me see.
Now,
You
go
wanna
right
keep
ahead.
going? Do you mind if I keep pushing a couple
Please
things?
keep pushing.
All
We
right.
need you.
Well, flashback. I know we talk about flashback.
That's where I
but
was
this
going, so
one-
that's perfect.
This one's exciting, and I know a lot of your fans are horror fans. So we have this weekend is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So that's the original one with Gene Wilder. That is playing this Sunday, and that's playing this Wednesday at 2 and 7. So I mean, everybody loves that movie, and we felt sorry that Gene Wilder. That was a big loss to everybody, but especially to movies. But moving on to something a little more exciting is Psycho, October 23rd and 26th. We're playing that one. That's a Hitchcock original. That's
a great movie.
Oh yeah,
That's an
I love that
amazing-
movie.
yeah.
That is not the one with the tall guy from Chicago.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince
yeah, no,
Vaughn.
it's not
Vince
that
Vaughn
one.
and Hish.
This is the good one.
It's funny he went to Chicago to talk about to get us to think about Vince Vaughn. I would have gone to Swingers or something, but he went to Chicago.
He's a Chicago guy.
Yeah, I
Big,
understand.
tall Chicago guy.
Okay,
And then I'm almost a Chicago guy.
that's where I was going with that.
And then October 3rd and the 2nd, we have Halloween. And that is, again, the original. That's the John Carpenter Halloween. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to check with all the other bigger
All,
horror
all,
fans.
all due respect to Rob Zombie, but I'm a Carpenter
No, it's
guy
the
when it
Carpenter
comes-
one all the
Yes.
way. And I'm not a hater of the zombie output, but the Carpenter one, well, you know that means a lot to me, Johnny. So
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I know that's going to be a big popular one. And then we played The Princess Bride again the next week. So that's going to be the third time this year we've played that. And then we have Casablanca, which I'm excited about.
Oh, my
November
goodness.
13th and November 16th is
Oh.
Casablanca. So of all the gin joints
good
in
stuff
all the
right
world,
there. Yeah.
we're going to play Casablanca on November 13th. I'm excited about
Everybody dress up for that.
that.
Oh,
And
what a
then,
great idea.
Wear your white coats. I mean, hey,
I
you
like
could
it.
dress up for
I love that
Casablanca.
movie. That's one of the greatest.
It
Cat-
is,
Cat-
I know it's
absolutely.
great.
Khakis and a button-up. I'm in. That's right in my wheelhouse. You know that?
Well, what's exciting? I mean, when do you ever get to see it on a screen?
Yeah.
Right?
That's just
No,
Exactly.
it's, I mean,
Exactly.
That's
like
the ticket.
we have movies now, which I recommend you go see movies on a big screen. But like movies from back then were meant to be seen
Exactly.
on the big screen. They were envisioned for it. So there's stuff you're going to notice that you won't, you've never seen at all. Like I just went and saw original Alien in 35 millimeter last weekend,
Oh
first
my
time, and I was like,
goodness.
man, it's like I haven't even seen this movie before, just
Wow.
visually, and I've seen it a jillion times, and it's just it's the intricacies.
I've only ever seen Casablanca on a TV,
Yeah.
little TV.
Yeah.
So this is going to be something else.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I've got you here. Remind me of the Halloween date. Halloween is playing what date?
Oh,
The original
okay.
John
Yeah,
Carpenter?
yeah.
No, I got to put it in my phone right
No,
here with
you're
the alert
good.
because I'm not going to miss it.
Okay, it's October 30th, the day before Halloween. So I guess you remember
Sunday night.
Halloween. Halloween is the day before Halloween
Right.
because it's a Monday Halloween.
But it's
this
playing
year.
again, right? It's playing like
Then that Wednesday. Yep.
Wednesday is what I needed to know.
So you can see it Wednesday the 2nd because that starts November, and
I-
that's Wednesday at 2 and 7.
I love the movie Halloween, and I love Hamilton 16 IMAX, but Indie Drinking Dead will be live from Broad Ripple that night with The Walking
Oh,
Dead. So
I understand.
the Sunday night, but I'll definitely be here
We're-
Monday.
We're playing it at 2 too. I don't know when you have to get there. It's 2 p.m. on Sunday.
No, these people know I get there and set up early.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
that.
No,
you,
I know.
You see
That's
how I come
true.
in here early.
That's true.
What are the times for 2 o'clock and 2 o'clock
2
Wednesday?
o'clock and 7 o'clock. That's our flashback. It's Sunday and Wednesdays. Starts on Sunday and then we encore it on Wednesday, and it's 2 p.m., 7 p.m. So that's any of these movies that I'm talking about. That's how that works.
I'm definitely going to be there. Now, do we have a list of what's coming up with the flashback?
Mm-hmm. Well, past that, we're about to the end of what we actually have, because then November 20th and 23rd we start Christmas, because that is a Christmas story. I'm sure everybody has seen that movie.
Oh, yes.
And then seen it and seen it again and seen it again.
Gotta-
On purpose.
But again, I mean, everybody's seen it on those on TV,
Yes.
right?
Seen
But
it
I
on
get
the
to
big
break out
screen.
my pink bunny suit
There
that
you
night.
go.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Like that's the only time you wear it.
It is. Well, that we can
Well,
talk
you
about.
know.
that movie's an Indiana movie. I don't know if everybody's aware of that.
Absolutely
The guy
is.
who wrote that's from Hammond up in Northwest Indiana.
Gene Shepard.
Yeah, yeah. It's
and wasn't it filmed here as well?
I
think
in Indy?
I think it's filmed in Indiana.
Oh yeah, well, I think they have a lot of things that I think they shot up in Hammond and Hobart and that area up there. See, that's my wheelhouse. That's the region.
The north side. Okay. North side.
And then Polar Express. That is November 27th and November 30th. That is Polar Express from Robert Zemeckis. He
You showing
directed that.
are you showing in 3D or
2D.
2D? Okay.
Now, all this stuff can be found on the website, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Perfect.
That's I printed out the website to show. It's you go to a website, you go to programs, and we have all sorts of cool stuff up there.
Hamilton 16 IMAX. Just Google that. It's going to come right up. It always does for me. Any other little things you need to let us know about him?
The only thing I wanted to say, since we have the accountant, and that's a movie about.
You know, he kind of looks like an accountant in that suit with a clipboard. Doesn't he?
I like accounting.
That wasn't
I
a
mean,
shot, brother. Huh?
See, the accountant is not exactly the movie I imagined when you thought of accountant. Like,
See, this is exactly what.
Is
I'm
this a
willing to bet he
conversation we
didn't
had?
think it was a romantic comedy, though, Johnny. I'm willing.
thought it
I'm
was.
Well, I know,
willing-
but I mean, who would want to see that? It's like The Big Short. That's the kind of movie I was expecting. Like,
Oh yeah,
about
that
an
I can
accountant.
say. Yeah, and The Big Short was a great movie. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I love that movie.
There we
yeah,
go.
I thought it was great. So the
But since we
accountant.
do have the accountant,
Well, so we have the lights ups and sound down. Mitch has talked about those before. I'd hope.
he has mentioned it before, but
Okay, so
let's
that's for our
revisit it
folks.
for the new listeners.
Okay, that's for our folks. It's a sensory friendly. It's for the folks that have autism or other sensory issues. We keep the lights at the mid level. We keep the sound down some, so it's not as intense an experience as a movie normally would be.
Right.
And then we've got Trolls coming up. That's November 5th at 10 a.m. And then December 3rd is Moana. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Okay.
I think I say it weird. Moana. And then that's sponsored by West Point Financial. So they'll get you in for free if you contact them.
Lights up just a little bit for the people with autism. The character in The Accountant is autistic. I don't know if you knew that, Ray.
I did not know that.
There we
That's-
go. That was the touch he was looking for.
So that's my connection there.
I see. I
There we
got
go.
it.
See?
I got it.
That's good radio.
Very nice, brother. All right. Is there anything else you need to let us know about? What about the website address? Can you throw that
Website
out?
address is www.goodrichqualitytheaters.com.
Put it in one time. Just click over there and add it to your favorites because you're going to be back. If you ever come here for the first time, you're going to be back. Stephen, thank you, brother.
Well, we appreciate you having you. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just like that guy.
Great guy. It's worth coming just to see his tie. He has the best neckties.
He is known for his ties. Well,
Works of art.
Mandy loves his ties. Mandy loves his ties. I don't think Mitch does the tie. He does the tie thing quite like Stephen does. Nobody does. But Mitch is our guy. We hope he's having a good time at it.
You think Mitch
he's
is
on the
listening
north
in
side, too.
tonight? You think he's listening?
He
in?
probably is.
Hi, Mitch.
Probably is.
How you doing?
He signed a contract, so I'm sure he's making sure we're doing a good job.
Prove yourself, Mitch. Leave a comment.
That's
Right.
right.
Comment on Facebook.
Hey, if we're giving
You're
shout
listening.
outs, can I give one out?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
Our good friend Bill Noble is listening to us tonight.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill. Thank you for tuning in.
Bill, no, is that the drummer?
He is not. He is a security guard at the bank that Holly works. Although that
Okay.
may be super secret. Maybe I wasn't supposed to let that out.
He's
Bill
He's a manager at
Security.
McDonald's. That's what he is. He's a manager at McDonald's.
he's an accountant. Okay.
He's an accountant.
Hamilton 16 IMAX, Goodrich Quality Theaters. Hamilton Town Center is where we do it. Movie night with JL Media. Mandy is hammering down this popcorn pretty quick over here. She's having a good time. Check out the website. Check out the Facebook for her videos. She loves doing the Facebook Live videos. It's wonderful. She has a beautiful smile on her face for every time they freeze frame it when it stops.
And the dimples. The
She
dimples
loves that.
get me every time.
Indie Drinking Dead starts next Sunday. That's another JL Media
I
production.
can't believe it.
Holly is one of the co-hosts on the show.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be an interesting time.
It will definitely be an interesting time in a new
If-
location.
Absolutely. Broad Ripple Tavern in
Yes.
Broad Ripple. Now, if you know spoilers, David Banks, do not tell people what's going to happen. Anyway.
There are lots of
that's
theories out there. I'm looking forward to talking about some
on
in a couple
Sunday.
weeks.
Next Sunday is when we're going to do that.
Yep.
It will be live. IndieDrinkingDead.com. That's what it is. Speaking of .coms, let's talk about Cult Cinema Cavalcade for a minute, Brandon.
.com.
Almost called you Brian again.
That's exciting.
What's going on over there, man?
Oh, well, we just had an episode drop this week. It was this Monday. We talked about Death Spa, 1989 fitness classic, part of our little horror month. But we had our guests were the Girls from the Back Row, which is a horror podcast on the Fangoria Network, and they were terrific guests, and we had a lot of laughs there, and really good episode. So check it out. And upcoming, our next episode is appropriate for October is Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Wow.
The 1984 controversial film. And then we're going to have a special episode since our podcast drops on Mondays and Halloween's on a Monday, we're doing a special Halloween episode because we normally do bi-weekly. So this will be 2 weeks in a row. Actually, 3 weeks in a row because our episode after that in November will come the week after. So
Well, you normally drop an extra episode around Halloween, don't you? Isn't
no,
that-
we didn't last year. We
Oh,
did
really?
Friday the 13th. Every Friday the 13th,
that's
we have
what
a
it
Friday
is.
the 13th episode.
Yes.
But yeah, so I don't want to say what our special movie is for that, but it's a really cool one. It's kind of hard to find. It was hard to find back when I found it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's available on Amazon Prime now. So
Okay.
whatever, so listen in and you'll find out what it is. But yeah, call semicavalcade.com. You follow us on Twitter at @CCCavalcade, on Facebook. Like us on Facebook, and
There you go.
yeah.
You want to give a shout out to your co-host?
And
over
my
there?
co-host Cullen Bricker. We've been doing this for a year and a half now.
So far.
At the best cult cinema podcast in the business.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I think.
That's what I'm thinking. Friends of the show and personal friends as well. Love these guys to death. Check out the show. You will love it as well. What's your favorite Ben Affleck movie, brother?
My favorite
Don't say Batman versus Superman.
That's
Don't
not
do it.
Batman v Superman.
Go ahead.
Gosh. Favorite Ben Affleck movie that I really like. Gosh, he's not in it, but Gone Baby Gone, his first directorial.
Uh-huh.
The movie he directed with his brother in it and Morgan, I think, was it Morgan Freeman?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. I like that one. I really liked what he's, directed, Gone Baby Gone, The Town, Argo. I think he's really actually, performance-wise, he's pretty good in Argo. I like
agree.
that. And his George Reeves in Hollywoodland was good. Pre-Hollywood Land Affleck. I've never been I know a lot of people don't like Ben Affleck, but I've never not liked Ben. I liked him and Matt Damon back when they did the Good Will Hunting, and it was pretty cool. I think Kevin Smith's Dogma is kind of a little underrated
Oh, sure.
for him
Love
performance-wise.
Dogma.
Oh, sure.
Stuff like- It's
That's
actually
a great movie.
pretty solid movie, too.
Mhm.
But
Rick, do you have a favorite?
Probably Good Will Hunting, which I know goes back a way, but what a great movie.
Oh, that is a great movie. That is a great movie. Yeah, I'm watching him.
Somebody's about to take a sign
No,
down here.
The kid is just hanging on our banner over here, and while we do love children and we do love Hamilton 69 Max, these banners you just can't hang on. Anyway, Miss Holly, do you have a favorite Ben Affleck movie?
I'm going to go with what Brandon said. Dogma is got to be one of my favorites.
Okay, Brandon said a whole lot there. He
I
threw
did
a
say-
whole lot of movies out there. He's just a movie guy, so
Yeah.
he there's no way I don't think he can narrow down
Which is
one
awesome.
movie. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Dogma was great.
those who listen to Movie Night with JL Media know that I was steadfast to the opinion that Ben Affleck would not be a good Batman. What I learned is he was a perfect Bruce Wayne. And what Brandon taught me is pretty much anybody can be a Batman once they put him in the armor. And it worked.
Mhm.
It worked. I enjoyed his role in that. It's
When
far
it-
from my favorite movie.
when it comes to comic book movie casting, you'll see a lot of backlash on about anything, but you just wait for the finished product. People are usually wrong. I mean, they were wrong about Michael Keaton. They were wrong about Heath Ledger. There's only a few times where somebody really just doesn't work out
Yeah.
in a role with the comic book movies.
Okay. Was there a role that Affleck did that you think didn't work? On that same note.
I mean, there's been movies where I don't know. Like, did you ever see Paycheck, the John Woo one? Him and Aaron Eckhart.
I did not.
That was bad. That was pretty bad.
I guess I dodged a bullet there.
Oh, there's Jersey Girl.
Jersey
He
Girl?
kind of overdoes it in Jersey Girl.
What are you, Giggly? What was that? Jiggly? What was that in the movie?
Geely.
Geely.
Geely, he's solid in it though.
He's solid.
movie
in
got- that
you
movie
mean
got
he's
a
solid
lot
in a
of-
bad movie?
I'm not gonna defend Geely, but that movie got a lot of bad press because he was in it with J Lo at the time, which was were they engaged at the time, or they were
I'm
they were
not sure.
it was
Something like that.
they were a couple, the big Hollywood couple, and everybody just was sick of them.
Yeah.
And then they had that movie together. And then she was actually in a significant portion of Jersey Girl, and they cut her out of most of it because they didn't want to deal with it because they had broken up. And they didn't deal with
okay.
It. So it was mostly prologue
Hollywood drama.
stuff. Hollywood drama.
Okay. All right. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with The Accountant. I've seen I've seen 3 different trailers now,
Mhm.
and they just get better and better. It's got me excited. I'm pumped up. What about you guys?
It's going to be a great movie. Lots of great ones coming out this holiday season.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've got 2 more shows here at Hamilton 69 Max this year. Unless Mitch wants us for one more, I'm sure we can fit one more in somewhere.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the Doctor Strange movie coming up. That's
Absolutely.
That's gonna be a visual treat right there.
I think
That's
so.
Now, I was never.
Well, I'm going to ask Brandon.
IMAX 3D.
Do you know Doctor Strange's full name?
No, I'm not a big like. That's the one person like Doctor Strange. I'm here to enjoy the ride with it pretty much. Like I'm familiar with like some basics and
Right,
stuff of
right.
it, but like I was not a.
He shares a name with one of my favorite local comedians. It's Stephen Vincent Strange.
Okay.
Really?
Do you know Stephen Vincent Giles, Johnny?
I don't know.
You need to get to know him. Very
Okay.
funny man.
I thought you were going to say DJ Dangler.
DJ's a great guy, too.
He's a great comedian. Great
DJ
guy.
I've sat down with for an interview, but not Mr. Strange. I know nothing about Doctor Strange other than the trailer I've seen. That was enough for me. Now, I'm very interested to see what happens here.
I like the director of Doctor Strange is pretty cool. It's Scott Derrickson. He did the Sinister, the first one. And that he
The
did
best one.
He did that little underseen Deliver Us from Evil movie with Eric Bana
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Joel McHale. And he also, I first noticed him, he did a direct-to-video Hellraiser sequel, the first one, called Inferno, which is
Really?
pretty much like, I think it's a nifty little movie. It's kind of like a Jacob's Ladder, but you throw kind of like the Hellraiser vibe and Pinhead in there. But
Yeah.
that was like his first big movie.
Well, of course, I missed it. I think I got 3 deep in the Hellraiser trilogy or whatever it is now. Where are they?
Well, they have there's 4 theatrical releases, and then there's 5 straight to video with a 6th with another one looming.
Uh-huh.
But the last one they keep making, the last 2 have been made just to hold on to the rights to the movie. So they give people like $50,000, like, go just do something with Pinhead, and we'll release it so we can extend our rights. The one before, I don't know how good the next one, its big thing is it's got a cameo from Heather Langenkamp.
You're kidding me.
That's what, I mean, it's called like, I forget what the title is. It's just something silly, but the one before that was seriously, looks like it was made in a weekend.
Jeez. Has Heather done a movie without Freddy Krueger?
Oh yeah, she's done some. She was actually, I think she was in one of the new Star Treks, but cut from the movie.
But not a horror movie.
A horror movie?
She's a good scream queen. Yeah, but I'm wondering if she did anything.
There's just the 10 of Us, the sitcom. Do you remember that?
That was a horror movie?
I think it was just the 10 of Us. Yeah. Well, like that actually, the Elm Street series had like 4 or 5 people ended up being on in the Elm Street movies from
Really?
just the 10 of Us. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, I never saw the show. I didn't.
So yeah, I think the dad was like a basketball coach, and like the 10 of Us thing would have like the basketball bounce on it.
Okay. All right. Rick, are you lost there too?
I'm lost, completely
All
lost.
right. Just he's going to be the authority figure on stuff we're lost on, I guess.
That's right.
This is the younger generation here. I'm trying to.
Well,
what I'm trying-
he's a horror guy. I'm more of a sci-fi guy, so that's kind of two different universes.
He is a movie guy. He's a movie guy. He's a huge fan of Rhinestone. He loved it.
Yeah, Rhinestone. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seriously.
I don't think there's going to be a. I don't think there's going to be a time you and I get together this doesn't come up.
And talk about people in their mother's basements and Rhinestone. That's what we come together. That's what we bring.
And
Now
Lyle's
wait a
Child.
minute.
And
Now
Lyle's
wait a
Child.
minute. You've got an old school Trekkie sitting here. Let's not be talking about people in Mama's basements, okay?
I'm not the one talking about people in Mama's basements.
That
I
was Mandy.
I was told I have a show that is like being recorded and 2 dudes in someone's.
Okay, I don't think it went like that at all. I think that's the way you took it. Cult Cinema Cavalcade is a very well produced and
I do
run
it in my
show.
kitchen, dang it.
It's
Like,
great content.
And my own, not my mom's.
In your kitchen too. That's a whole floor up from
It will be in a basement in my new house. Well, my new house once I get my basement finished.
That's
will
just
be.
it. You're building a studio in the basement,
I
so
built
it's
a
going to be
studio.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be huge. You can show Mandy then. It's like,
Yeah.
Hamilton 16 IMAX is where we do it. Movie night with JL Media, good rich quality theaters. We're missing Mitch tonight, our buddy. He's up north doing his thing. They put him to work and won't let him come back. He solves a lot of problems around the state here. Yeah.
We wish you well, Mitch. Safe travels back to Indiana.
I get back here. We got to do Doctor Strange, brother. You got to put me on another movie as well. Tenderloin connoisseur.
Yes, sir.
I think a tenderloin would go in good here at Hamilton 69.
It would. It would. I just dropped a new review today. I don't know if you saw it, Johnny. I tagged you in the tweet when I tweeted it this morning, but
Was it today that it dropped?
it was dropped the Broad Ripple Tavern today.
I was thinking it was yesterday, but it was today. There's a
It
lot
was
going
today.
on this week.
It was early this morning before the sun rose.
Now, our buddy Rick France disagreed with you on that
He
rating.
did. He thought it was a little peppery, and it's a matter of taste. I rate them on what I think is a fair scale.
Uh-huh.
But some people like them thinner, some people like them thicker, some like them a little more peppery.
Sure.
Some like them a little more bland. So
Well, we do love Rick France, but
Does he
we'll
speak
just,
for all the France? Or?
that's just not all of France. No, I
Okay.
think just the southern part of France. But we do love Rick France, but we're just going to have to disagree with him on this one because
I think so. I think so.
I'm
But
on
he's
your
turned me
side.
on to a couple of very good ones, so I respect his judgment.
Now, how'd you get started with the tenderloin judging? I guess.
As far as doing the blog, Holly and I were having dinner at a little place called Jimmy B's up at 106th and College in Indianapolis. Actually, in Home Place, Indiana, if you know where Home Place
Oh, wow.
is. And apparently, I was describing in great detail to her the sandwich I was eating. And she said, "You should write a blog about this." So I did, and I wrote 2 or 3 more. And I kind of thought maybe 2 or 3 people would read it, but suddenly I was getting, 40, 50, 60 hits a day, and then that went up to, a couple of hundred a day. And so I've just been writing for the last 5 years, and it's been an amazingly fun journey.
5 years.
5 years of tenderloins.
Okay. Do you change it up often, or is it pretty much the same way? Run it the same the whole time.
I rate them all the same way, but I try to find new places all the time, and especially if we're traveling out of town for a music gig or a comedy gig, I always try to have a tenderloin wherever I am.
All right. That's a lot of tenderloins.
It's a lot of.
You love it that much?
I do love it that much.
Okay, tenderloins are great, but I'm not sure if I can have one every week. I don't know. Does Miss Holly got a favorite food that she could do a blog on? Or does she have the taste bugs you do?
Probably not. I would say no. That's not my thing. But
Interestingly enough, when I met Holly, we've known each other for 10 years now. I was very much a meat and potato guy. I had never had real Chinese food. At 50 years old, I'd never had Indian food, Thai, and she started introducing me to all of these different ethnic foods, and it's just been an incredibly eye-opening experience for me. And she knows how to pick the good ones.
I try. I do have a section in his blog though where because I usually don't get a tenderloin, so I'll talk about the other things that are available, and people like that too. They like to
do.
hear about the other options that restaurants offer. So I pick what I usually would get, and sometimes people get that stuff too.
Great tenderloin. Onion rings were horrible.
Brandon Peters, Occult Cinema Cavalcade, is also a writer.
Yes.
Tell us about that, brother.
I write for a website called whysoblu.com. I do Blu-ray reviews. Currently now I'm doing 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray reviews.
They supply you with all this, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
No, I'm not going to, yeah.
That's a cool gig, bro.
That's cool. Good. Yeah. So I'm under the new format, and while the movie, I recently did the X-Men Apocalypse, and while the movie wasn't very good, the 4K presentation was outstanding because they actually shot that with RED cameras, and it's actual 4K and stuff. So the color and stuff is really, really good on that.
Now, how often does a review come out on Why So Blue?
Daily.
Daily reviews.
Yeah, you get daily. You get editorials. You get film reviews. You get Blu-ray reviews, DVD reviews. I mean, you name it.
Well, I knew I was trying to keep up with it, and there were so many. I knew there were several or a couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's. I mean, I write a lot. I mean, we have every Friday we have a guy named Jason Coleman does a thing called Forgotten Friday, where he writes about like some little lost treasure of a film. We have Aaron Neuwirth. He does a lot of the film reviews and stuff. He also hosts the Out Now with Aaron and Abe, which I'm on frequently, and. We got other writers too. Brian White's the guy who runs the whole thing. He's been doing a lot of 4K Ultra HD reviews because him and I are the only ones that have the capabilities currently to run those. So we're splitting those up. But yeah, I do a lot more. More of my views have been skewed toward the niche side of things. Like I do like a lot of the like boutique labels like Shout Factory and Synapse Films and stuff, and Olive Films, where they sub-license films from bigger studios, but they can put out better editions because they might be ones that the big studios don't really care too much about, so they'll sub-license them and do them with like tons of bonus features, new transfers, everything like that.
That just sounds like a good gig.
It's fun. I love it. I
That's
mean,
a
I
good gig.
can't quit it. It's just I like to write and stuff. It's fun. I also have a blog called Naptown Nerd, which I noticed today. It's almost coming on a year since my last piece. But I mean, with podcasting and Why So Blue taking up, they take up my time. I was just like, I'll get to
And
that.
you're a happily married man too. You got a family. It's not like you're a single guy with a lot of free time.
Yeah, and I work.
Yeah.
And I work. So I mean, I managed to get it done. I'm, busy. I just moved too, so add that in there and.
Building a studio in the basement too.
Studio
It's
in the
gonna be
basement.
huge.
It's actually a home theater room in the basement to have that go. But I'll be broadcasting live from there.
Live
when I
from
do
the
stuff.
home theater.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Our friend Rick France is listening.
Now we're in trouble, Rick.
Yeah.
We are in trouble.
I saw Rick and his lovely wife Pat today at the Downtown Optimist Club meeting, and he's just a good guy.
Rick and his wife actually sponsored Holly and myself into the Optimist Club, so we're
very
very grateful
nice.
for that.
Very nice. What did he say, Brandon?
Oh, he just friend requested me, and I was like, all right.
Okay. All right.
Rick of France, hello.
Hamilton 69 Max, good rich quality theaters. In a beautiful Hamilton Town Center is where we do this.
Lyle's
Movie night-
Child's walking by.
Hey there.
Yeah.
How are you,
Hi,
ladies?
You
Movie
have
night.
a wonderful hat. Isn't that a great hat she has on?
It is. It's movie night with JL Media. It's a beautiful thing. The crowd is definitely growing. There's a lot of people going to see The Accountant this evening.
There sure is.
We had one just start. We got another one coming up in, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
10:10.
Just think, when tonight ends and they close the doors, Steve, who was just here, will be the accountant.
That's exactly true.
Wow.
That's
My mind is
exactly true.
blown.
You think about it.
That's why he's the man he is, people. That is a nice hat. Now I'm jealous of that hat.
It is.
I think I could
love
rock.
it.
I think I could rock that hat. I do. Here we go. Holly not only is a musician in the band Patchwork with you, Rick. She's a co-host on Indie Drinking Dead. Has been
Yeah.
from the start, from the inception. She
Indeed.
is also in a full band, a rock band,
Rock and roll violin, what?
and you rock
yeah,
it too.
yeah. It's,
Okay,
we
Rick.
are called Cosmic Preachers.
Cosmic Preachers. Tell me
And,
about Cosmic Preachers, darling.
And that's also part of Cosmic Preachers is Desmond Garrett, who is also on the Indie Drinking Dead panel.
Can you tell it's a family with JL Media? That's what it is, people.
I love it. I love it. We play rock and roll original music, and we do some awesome covers like Hendrix and Jethro Tull, and we have a nice variety of instruments to use. We just released a new CD a couple of months ago, and we are in the studio right now recording an instrumental CD, an EP, of some of Desmond's original instrumental songs.
Very nice.
And it's really
Very
exciting.
nice.
He's such an amazing songwriter, both lyrics and music, and it's just a pleasure to work with him and the other amazing musicians in the group. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, everybody loves Desmond Garrett. He is extremely well versed on The Walking Dead and the graphic novel.
Indeed.
I got to say again, JL Media is a family. Desmond Garrett also hosts another show I do called Climbing Out of the Rabbit Hole.
That's right.
For the conspiracy theorists out there, we do have a conspiracy theory show. Climbing Out of the Rabbit Hole, a JL Media Today production. Now, well, let's talk about the studio. Let's give a shout out to MP.
Yeah, MP Lions.
I know you're over there with
At-
MP Lions.
At Big Creek.
Big Creek Production Studios is where we
Indeed.
do it.
That's right.
Cosmic Preachers are there regularly, at least once a year. You guys cut something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so how many albums are we in now?
We have, well, this is the second EP. We have one EP and one full-length CD.
Okay.
So this will be our third project.
Wow.
And we do a lot of stuff with Azimuth too. They have a student recording program at Azimuth,
Uh-huh.
and so sometimes they need bands to come in and do a demo so that their engineering and recording students can have something to work on. So we'll
Very nice.
go in and do some of that too.
And that connection is through MP Lions,
Exactly.
who also works at Azimuth.
Right.
It's a family, people.
Don't you love it?
Hamilton 16 IMAX, good rich quality theaters. I see Rick France has posted something in my Facebook timeline. I'm not sure what it is. I hope he's not mad at it. I love you and Pat, brother. Please don't be upset with me. We're just joshing you. Again, The Accountant with Ben Affleck is what we're doing tonight. And it is not a romantic comedy, no matter what you think. It is as an action thriller. And I can totally see him. Well, you saw the trailer. I can totally see him as an autistic adult.
3 over easy eggs all connected.
I saw that. You see how nothing could be touching, and he pulled the drawer out, and there were a knife, a fork, and a spoon,
Everything's there.
perfectly set.
Oh, this may not be a good movie for me to see.
The more I hear
then.
about it, the more I want to see it now.
Yeah. I've got a phobia about my food touching. I don't like my food to touch.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, no, his food doesn't touch. It's just his eggs. He cooks 3. All the yolks and the whites are all connected in his egg in a perfect circle.
Interesting.
And he has to have it perfectly framed up on the
and
plate.
all his stuff's perfect on his plate. So.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be a great movie. I am so looking forward to it. And the only place to see it is at Hamilton 16 IMAX, right here in good, rich quality theater in the beautiful Hamilton Town Center.
Good, rich, quality theater. 16 IMAX.
I love it.
That's exactly where we're doing it.
That's right.
As
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
The edge, the edge, the edge.
Is there a website for Patchwork?
There is. It's patchworkmusic.net. You can go. We've got our schedule up there. We'll be in Cherubusco, Indiana on Sunday evening. Thursday night, we'll be up in Eaton, Indiana, where I'm opening for the amazing Mo Alexander from Comedy Central. And we got
Mo Alexander.
okay.
That's right. Got lots and lots of stuff coming up.
That's a very cool gig. Let's talk about the comedy for a minute.
Let's talk about it.
All right, you got that coming up with Mo. What else you got coming up?
Oh, gosh.
Well, you did the Hee Haw thing recently.
Did the Hee Haw thing this past weekend at 10 West Center for the Arts. It was an amazing show. We had a cast of about 10 people, did the old skits and the stand-up comedy and the music. It's
Brandon, have you ever seen Hee Haw?
I've seen Hee Haw.
Okay. He's a young guy, people.
he is a young guy.
But you did a I don't even know what you would call it.
Hee Haw tribute.
A Hee Haw tribute, okay.
And it was great
And how
fun.
deep was that cast? I saw one picture, but I didn't think everybody was in it.
There were about 10 or 12 people in the cast. Is that about right, honey?
There were 10 one night and 14 one night because of schedule conflicts, but yeah, about a dozen people.
That is very cool.
Average.
And I guess everything else you got coming up, you're scrolling through.
I am
calendar right
scrolling
now.
through. I am scrolling
I was
through.
trying to buy.
So
a
there's
going to
be something cool in Cherubusco, Indiana.
There is.
Mark it down.
Cherubusco's a cool little town. We went up earlier this year and played a gig, and the United Methodist Church up there sponsors a fall festival, and that's what we're playing for tomorrow night or Sunday evening there in Cherubusco. I'm going to be back at 10 West Center for the Arts in November. I've been very involved for the last few years with the Movember Foundation. November is Men's Health Awareness Month, so I do a number of fundraising activities for that. So there's going to be a variety show up there featuring Jeremy Brown, friend of the show.
Sure,
Jeremy's
absolutely.
going to be on that show. Neil Snyder, if you know Neil, very
Absolutely.
talented comedian. Holly and I will be playing some music. I believe Jeanette Perez is going to be on that show. It's going to be a great night. It's on the website. I couldn't find it on my calendar because the print is really, really small on my phone.
That is on the website. We can find it there. We will link it up somewhere. I'm sure we're going to be promoting it for you on one of our pages.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And the Tenderloin Connoisseur.
That is breadedtenderloin.wordpress.com.
And I love the little caricature of you.
Isn't that great? My good friend Bruce Nelson drew that. Bruce is a local elementary school teacher and a very fine man. We met him he and his wife through geocaching.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Brandon, do you know geocaching?
No,
I had to ask, too.
no.
Rick, would you like to explain geocaching real quick?
Geocaching is a worldwide treasure hunt. All over the world, there are little treasures hidden, and you go seek them out with a GPS.
Oh, cache. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
and you-
I've heard of that. Okay.
Sign a
All
logbook.
right, yeah.
Holly, there's over how many worldwide now?
Over 2 million around the world. And we found about 2,600 of them, which
So
is
far.
which is small in comparison. Some of our friends have found like over 50,000. They have a lot of time on their hands,
Right.
so that's good for them. But fun hobby.
Yeah, it looks like it. You guys are always somewhere doing something.
It's a blast.
It is. I actually took Holly geocaching on our first date.
You're such a romantic, brother.
I am.
In a cemetery.
In a cemetery.
And she hung around
yeah,
anyway.
right?
All right. Speaking of that, Cosmic Preachers, what's the website, darling?
CosmicPreachers.com.
I'm going to make it easy for you. Indie Drinking Dead, what's the website?
IndieDrinkingDead.com.
See how that works? Very easy.
I love it.
Very easy. I'm looking forward to Sunday night, darling. We're going to do it.
It's going to be awesome.
Brandon Peters with Cult Cinema Cavalcade.
That's me.
Tell me about your websites, brother.
By the way, I'm not like 16, just so your listeners keep calling me a young guy. I'm like,
You're sitting here with some older people as well.
I know. It's like,
You are the youngest
thanks.
on the panel, brother. You are the youngest on the panel.
I know. Oh. And I'm 44. Jeez.
You're
No,
44.
No, I'm not 44. So, Cult Cinema Cavalcade. Do you mean what?
No, yeah, go right ahead to spell for the website.
Oh, cultcinemacavalcade.com. C-U-L.
I think they got
T.
that.
C-I-N.
We're not trying to stretch that much time. But.
A C A B A. Oh wait,
He's
hold on, I
practicing
messed
his
up.
Letters. That's beautiful.
C U no, cultcinemacavalcade.com, Facebook, Cult Cinema Cavalcade. I'm sure if you just like Cult Cinema, we're gonna come up.
It's gonna come up. Yeah.
CC Cavalcade Twitter. If you go mail at cultcinemacavalcade.com, or always just listen.
Yeah, I can't even.
iTunes.
I can't even. Google just gives it to me.
That's
I just
right.
put in C
You
in
can
Google
go on
and
your
it comes right
you
up.
can go
I've been
to
there so
iTunes
many
on your
times.
phone, and you just subscribe, and it downloads it for you on Mondays when it pops up.
It's a great website. These guys are hilarious and extremely informative. I love Cullen and Brandon both to death. What about the Why So Blue website?
Whysoblue.com. So why so blue like Blu-ray, not blue like I'm so down.
BLU.
I'm just crying. Whysoblue.com. There's something on there like every day. I mean, if you're into like collecting like Blu-rays and stuff, it's a perfect website to go to. We give like long, drawn out reviews, very personalized touch to it. Doesn't feel like robotic, like some of the review sites can feel. That you feel like there's a person there with it. And that's on Twitter at Whysoblue. It's on Facebook Whysoblue. It's
Perfect. Good friends of the show, and we love them right back. So definitely check out all their stuff. And this is JL Media Movie Night from Hamilton 16 IMAX. Good, rich quality theater. I want to thank them for what we've done thus far. Thank you for trusting us again.
The
Doubling down on us.
Accountant.
Accountant's going to be great.
Ben Affleck.
Want to give a shout out to Scott at ASG Unlimited. Also, Jamie Jackson over at Sam Ash Music Center, both sponsors of JL Media. It's going to be a good year, Mandy. 2017 is what we're doing. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Special thank you to
can't wait.
France.
Oh, and Rick France too. We got to give him a shout.
France, the country.
No, I can't. I don't know France. I know Rick France. I love their fries though. I do
Okay.
love their fries.
French fries.
But we can't. We have to.
And
mention-
their kisses.
Rick, I think that
Yes.
you have a competition now.
I think so.
Next year in that comedian category.
Brandon Peters in the comedian category.
You see me shaking my boots, don't
I
you?
see
Yeah.
that.
Since we're giving Rick France a bunch of love tonight and he's listened in, let's give a shout out to the Downtown Optimist Club, Miss
Whoop,
Mandy.
whoop. Yeah, let's do that because actually at this table, out of the 5 people, 4 out of the 5 of us are members of
Only
the
because
Downtown
we haven't got
Optimist Club.
Brandon down there yet. We will
I
get him down
know.
there.
Not old enough
Brandon.
yet, right?
Brandon, I believe I'm younger than you. So I'm the baby.
Guys, once again, this is Johnny from Movie Night with JL Media.
And the number 1
Okay.
radio personality in Indianapolis.
Thank you, dear.
Johnny
Thank you, dear.
Lyles.
The movie is The Accountant with Ben Affleck. Check it out at Hamilton 16 IMAX. Guys, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us, Johnny.
I don't know why you keep having me, but thank you.
Thank you, Johnny Lyles. See you next Sunday. Sunday.